And this is a story about one of the most famous lawmen to walk the country, and how even with all that greatness, there was one man who eluded him. In 1881, down in the Arizona Badlands, Mayor John Clume needed help with what he called an Indian problem. You see, during this time, settler expansion had hit the Southwest hard. White settlers were everywhere, and were bumping up with the local indigenous nations, and conflict was on a near constant basis. In the town of Tombstone, Mayor John Clume was watching the hostilities with the natives boiling for a while, and with an influx of American soldiers causing the pot to bubble over. There was one native in particular, an Apache warrior named Goyakla, Mayor Clume was concerned about, and decided to nip this problem in the bud. A posse was gathered, which included one of the hardest men to walk the West, Wyatt Earp. And not just Wyatt Earp, but his two brothers, Virgil and Morgan. The Earp brothers led a 35-man posse to stop this menace. "Remember, men, no quarters, no prisoners," Mayor Clume exclaimed, and he and the posse were off. However, nature was on the side of the Apaches, because the minute the posse hit the mountains of Antelope Pass, the heavens erupted. Thunder and lightning was hammering them, with some of the posse saying the lightning was hitting a little too close for comfort. The Earps kept going and rode on, boots filled with water, clothes soaked, and the mud of the rain turning the march into a slog. After 12 hours of the worst riding any of them had ever had, they pushed on to the McClary Ranch. Funny enough, the posse met the notorious Curly Bill Brocious and two of his cowboys. The Apaches were so tough, these infamous outlaws had to go into hiding. The posse rested, and after breakfast, they continued south, and by noon found themselves at the Mexican border. Goyakla's trail had run cold. They had run out of food, near enough out of water, and they did not want to wade into the political landmine of going into Mexico. Clume gave the order to turn back. The Earp brothers and company did not object to this one bit. Wyatt Earp had failed. That Apache, who evaded the infamous lawman, Goyakla, was none other than the warrior Geronimo. Geronimo would go on to have a much bigger role in the story of America as one of the greatest symbols of resistance. But I figure that's a story for another day.
Undeniable.